to another exciting episode on the Multiple Bet Show with your host Queen Popechi. Today we have an amazing guest, Amy. She's a property icon, a mom of two boys, strong woman, Sean and Shane. She will be sharing with us her experiences and also advising you on some of the mistakes she made, and she thinks you could benefit from that. Thank you, Amy, for joining us today.
Thank you.
How did you take the news, and were you actually expecting to have your first your first pregnancy?
It's an interesting question. So obviously I went for my first scan, found out I was pregnant, and went for the scan. And I remember it was quite a funny experience because the nurse was late. So she came in and we sat there, and obviously I was lying down, and then she was just chatting me up, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, that's your baby there." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she said to me, "Oh, hang on a minute." And I'm thinking, well, is she going to say that? Is she going to say, "No, you haven't got a baby in your belly," or what? And then she said to me, "I think you're having twins. There's definitely another baby there." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was just like, I was ecstatic. It was just, it was just a really beautiful feeling. I was just so super excited. I cried, and then I laughed, and then I cried some more. It was just beautiful, yeah. And to the second question, was I expecting twins? I wasn't, but I wasn't surprised either, because my dad is a twin.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, my dad is a twin, and although they say it does skip a generation, but in my family it wasn't the case, because my dad is a twin and he had twins, so I've got siblings. My last two sisters, they're 25 now.
Wow.
They're twins as well, and then obviously I've got twins, so yeah. I wasn't expecting it, but I wasn't surprised because he runs in the family.
And how did your husband take the news?
Oh my God, he was so excited. He was really excited. I thought he was away at the time, so I called him.
Wow.
And I guess he was waiting for that phone call. So I called him and I told him, "Guess what? We're having twins." Yeah, it was beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things, obviously, I have multiple births as well. I do ask people, is the experience, how was it for you before and after pregnancy?
Okay, as they say, when you have children, everything changes.
Yeah.
Once you become a parent, everything about your life will just automatically change. I would start by talking about socializing.
Of course.
Okay, I don't socialize a lot. It's not like I used to socialize a lot before the kids, but that has kind of changed for me. I mean, before the children, I could sort of go out with friends, colleagues from work. I remember on Fridays at work, it doesn't help that we've got a pub opposite my office.
No. Right.
So it's either someone's 40th, it's always something, someone's birthday, we're celebrating a promotion, or there's always something, So I used to hang out, not a lot, but I used to be able to go out with colleagues after work. Yeah, and that was really good, but I can't even do that now.
You have to rush back to the boys.
I can't do that now because I'm forever rushing. I need to get out of work, I need to get home to the boys. And the way I socialise now is so different. So before it used to be like friends, hanging on the weekends. But now it's like socialising with people that I don't really know. So it's like people from, I'm always going for kids' birthday parties. So it's socialising with parents of my, my children's friends from school.
I know the feeling.
So that's that about socialising. And of course, you just, before children, not just necessarily twins, you'd be able to just wake up on a Friday and you're like, yeah, I'm going to France for the weekend.
Yeah.
Can't do that now.
That's right.
You have to think about the children and you have to plan around them. I remember once my husband and I went to Amsterdam, and we loved it. And so after we had the children, we decided we're going to go back to Amsterdam. And the boys were only, I think they were less than one.
Wow.
That was the worst holiday ever.
That's what holiday.
As soon as we left the hotel, we were going sightseeing. One of the boys done a poo, and he did a poo, and then we had to go back to the hotel. And then we're like, oh, let's give you another hour, And we're there, and then we went out again, and then the other one started crying. We had to go back to the hotel. So we basically spent the whole of that holiday just chilling in the hotel because we just
just go anywhere.
We just couldn't go out. And of course on Saturdays before I used to have like lions, I'll have a lazy Saturday, just chilling. I can't do that now. I can't, because it's like before I could sleep and you would literally come into the room and put me on the plane, and I wouldn't even know until we get to wherever you're taking me.
Yeah.
But now you can't even sleep properly. It's like you've got one eye closed, then you have a, you know, half open, just waiting for someone to knock on your door. Mummy, you know, it's always something, you know. So I'll say my life has changed a lot. I love it. I mean, recently we had to move house, and I remember before we got married, when we were looking for a house, one of the factors or one of the things that we were looking for was, you know, closeness to train station, you know, proximity to work. But when we recently moved, one of the main things that we're looking for was good schools in the area.
Because of the kids, that's right.
Because you have to think about the kids.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, is that a good school here? Is that, and you know, we eventually made a decision to move to where we are now, based on the schools around the area. So I wasn't even thinking about work, like, okay, it has to be close to work. It was just thinking about the kids, you know. It has to be an area where you've got good schools. So everything does change when you've got kids.
One of the questions that I feel the audience will benefit from is your experience when the kids came. Obviously, this was your first experience as a mom. Did you find anything challenging? Did you learn anything new? I think my audience will want to hear about that, isn't it?
Well, I'd say, yeah, it was quite challenging. It was very, very challenging. Like I told you, that one of my friends said I was baptized by fire, because they were my first, and it completely put me off. I'm like, no, this is it. I'm not having any more children. It was really difficult. I mean, once we got home from the hospital, and I didn't have any help. It was just my husband and I, and it was, you know, it was difficult, I'm not gonna lie. And so it was me waking up. I got into a routine, waking up, and you know, I have to get them ready, I need to give them a wash, I need to do this, I need to breastfeed them. And at the time, for some reason, I decided I wanted to, what's it called again?
The exclusive. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, just exclusive breastfeeding, because they told me in the hospital that, you know, it was good for them, for their health. And I decided, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. As a first mom, I need to show my children so much love. So I'm like, yeah, going for it. And I went for it, and I was doing it. But because I was so inexperienced, I didn't know that I had to be eating a lot. Yeah. Number one, I had twins, boys.
Of course.
And I had boys to eat a lot. And I wasn't eating. So it was just like in the morning, I wake up, give them a quick wash, dress them up, get them ready, put them on their bed. And then I quickly dash into the kitchen and I get myself a cup of tea and maybe toast, and I'll have that, and that's what I was doing. And maybe in the afternoon I'll just have something light. And I didn't know what I was doing to myself, because I was losing weight, and I became a shadow of myself. I didn't even know this, because I got so involved with the children doing stuff. I mean, it's overwhelming when you've got two, you know, that you have to look after at the same time. So it was one day my husband came back from work, so this time the boys were sleeping, and I sat there tired, you know, and my husband walked in, he looked at me. My husband literally, he cried. He looked at me and he was like, what is happening to you? He was like, babe, no, you need to do something. He was like, what is happening to you? And he said to me, listen, this exclusive thing, you need to stop it. We need to introduce butter. There's no way, you can't go on like this. You know, so that was it. I said, okay. So I had to look, I had to look in the mirror, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even have time to do my hair, let alone makeup. Like, sometimes when my husband would have gone to work and I'm like, oh, let me quickly dash off to the shop to get something cool, you know, just take a walk down the road. I would just wake up, wear my pajamas, not pajamas, like joggers, you know, my trainers, and just wear t-shirts and bang, buggy, and we're just out. I didn't really care, to be honest. But that wasn't good, because he actually affected me a lot. Yeah. So I would say to new moms, you need to look after yourself. Remember, I know you want to give us so much love, but remember, you need to look after yourself. You need to eat. You need to, you know, sometimes you just need a me time. Give the children to the dad and just, you know, go and do something. You know, so that was that. And of course, because I love to clean a lot, and I was just busy. So when the children are sleeping, instead of resting, I'm like, yeah, I need to clean quickly, and I'm cleaning, cooking, just doing something, you know. So I would say to new mums, never be afraid to ask for help. Yeah. If you've got family support, if you've got people, friends who are willing to help, especially when you've got twins, you need to take advantage. Never be afraid to ask for help. people would always want to help you. Listen, if someone promises I'm going to come on a Saturday to help, give them a call on Friday and say, oh, you're still coming tomorrow? No. You need that. You do need the help. Don't be shy. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Take advantage of, you know, people asking to help you. Take advantage of that.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I you know what? When I had the twins, when someone just come to say, you know what, Queen, I was passing by, and I just wanted to say hi. I'm like, yes. So I do understand. Yeah. And you know what? I was just very curious because you work full time, you're into property.
Indeed.
And how do you juggle working full time, property, mom, and boys, twins? Come on.
Yeah.
Super mom.
Okay, so the decision to go back to work, I made that decision. I'm like, no, I'm going back to work because I was on maternity leave for a year, so I was home, just me and the boys, and I was running insane. So to maintain my sanity,
of course,
I had a conversation with my husband. I'm like, listen, I can't do this. I need to go back to work. I remember going back to work and people were like, I can't believe it, because my colleagues thought I wasn't going to come back. They're like, I can't believe you came back. How are you going to do this? I'm like, yeah. The very first day I went back to work, I came out of the house, obviously got dressed and everything, came out. It was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh my God. I came out, it just felt different.
Yes,
you know, not having the children, just like, oh my God, went to work and I was so excited. You know, having conversation with other adults, you know, how you're just at home doing baby stuff and, you know, speaking baby language. And all that. So I made that decision. I mean, it works for me. It might not work for everyone. It depends, like, everyone's situation is different. Everyone's circumstance, you know, would not be the same. So if it works for you, but it does work for me. And what I've been quite lucky. At my place of work, we do work flexible hours. Okay. So from day one, when I went back to work, I said to my manager, I like to work 8 to 4. So sometimes I do work from home even now. So I've been really lucky with my managers. Like, they would let me, you know, if I just explain what the situation is, they'll be like, yeah, that's fine, because I've got children. You know, so I've been lucky in that aspect. And I mean, for me, I would say have the conversation with your partner. If you want to go back to work, for me, I had to, like I said, to maintain my sanity, I had to. So if it's, I mean, everyone's situation is not the same. If it works for you, then do it. Did
you at any point had a regret? Because what a lot of moms do say to me is, the first year that I go back to work, I feel I've done the wrong thing. I feel that, I don't know. So did you feel that the first few months?
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that. No. I didn't feel like I was doing anything wrong. Okay. I felt for me it was the right thing to do, because I had to go back to work, and I had my mom as well, so living the kids with family, so it didn't feel like I was doing anything. I was actually happy I went back to work.
You needed it. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, you know, there's this cliche. Eat for 2, eat for 3, eat for 4. Yeah. So I do say to people, imagine if I was eating for 4, how would I have been? For yours, how did it work for you? Because I mean, you look fabulous. You look amazing. You need to tell us what you did. You know? I
mean, before the children, I was like a size 8. I've always
looked good.
Put it that way. But so I'm one of these people that would go by the books. So when I obviously became pregnant, and when you go for an appointment with your midwife, they would advise you to make sure you're eating healthy and all that. I got books, I was reading, and I was doing it religiously. Okay. So my manager at the time, she's looking at me and she's like, what is wrong with you? Like, I would sit there snacking on fruits and veg. That was what I was, you know, instead of having biscuits at work, I would sit there. I've got my carrots, I've got my cucumber, I've got my cabbage, name it, I'll just, you know, just snacking on, so it was more healthy. I'm not a big eater, I don't eat a lot. Okay. But so even with the children, when I felt like I needed to eat something, instead of snacking on cake or biscuits, I would have fruits or vegetables, and I drink a lot of water. So even now, people don't understand this. Some people say to me, you're so skinny, I don't understand why you're being healthy. why are you into this healthy eating? But at the end of the day, I think it's for my own good. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I used to say to people out there, for me, one of the things I did, because I don't know if it was right or wrong, was to have, like, you know, that when I have that craving, I was just going to chew ice and milk. So I kept asking my GP, I hope I'm not going to freeze my children, you know. So, but it worked out for me, so I can see that fruits and vegetables are very good. And just obviously before we go out, there are moms out there, and I know people would want to know, oh, I'm expecting twins, or I've just had a baby. What kind of advice? I know you've spoken to them about looking after yourself and resting. Is there anything you feel there's something you need to say to them out there that could help them, that helped you as well? Anything extra, anything out of the book to them?
I'll just say enjoy the time now because everything's going to change when the children come. So, you know, enjoy whatever it is you enjoy doing or whatever it is you love doing, do it. Because when the children come, you're going to have to give them priority, you know, so have fun while it lasts.
Of course. Okay, so I mean, looking back, is there anything you would have said, if only I knew, I would have changed it or I would have done it differently?
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't have any regrets. I'm one of those people, once it's done, it's done. And I would say that children are a blessing, especially the twins. They're just, I just feel so blessed, you know, having them. I just feel so loved by God, so I wouldn't change that for anything. So everything that I did, you know, that I'm still doing, I wouldn't change it. I'll do it over and over again. Are we
expecting twin girls?
No, finished, that's it, done.
Every mom says that after twins.
That is it for me.
That is it. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in to today's episode, and I hope you've learned one or two things. But most especially, if you have questions that you want us to treat on this show, please write to me, call me on the number below, email me, or you can even comment on this episode and we will talk about that on the next show. Please share my page, continue to like us, and share to other friends. Share and keep sharing. Thank you. I have been your host, Queen.